this video series is going to be based entirely upon performance. I'm looking for 20,000 views within the first month of it being live, so if you enjoy it and want more, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment, and visit the Anime Sins version and do the same, as obviously if it doesn't perform well there, the series won't continue on here either. With that being said, let's get into Naruto Part 1. So they kick things off in a pretty cool fashion, showing off the ninjas' abilities to move quick and such, and at the same time we get a great look at where they live and the mountain range in the distance. So take two.
それ全部きれいにしたら今晩ラーメンおごってやる。
A cute way of telling us something about his character. Despite being rather old, the anime boasts some decent, more up-to-date sounding backing tunes.
イルカ先生は決して意地悪してるわけじゃないよ。
Scenery shot.
他の両親を殺し里を壊滅させた九尾の陽子なんだよ。やめろ!
Oh yes, nice little effect right there on the blade tearing his clothing as he moved forward. Very nice attention to detail. Considering this was like, what, 2002? These are some pretty nice effects that even had me thinking they were CGI for a moment. Oh wow, that's a nicely put together scene in which to add emotion, especially preceding it with Naruto being alone all his life and then succeeding it with the blood dripping onto his face for extra impact. For this, I'll add 2 winsies.
そうだよな、ナルト。寂しかったんだよな。苦しかったんだよな。
Jesus boys, not at all bad for a first episode I must say. The voice actor really pulled out a great performance as well, no less. Now that was nice and smooth as well. I'm genuinely shocked. What? I'm genuinely double shocked. Naruto! Saving his sensei. Don't think I've ever seen this kind of impacting editing technique, but I like it so far. Genuinely lovely song and artwork at this first ED. It's one of the extremely few EDs that has ever caught my ear on the first time that I've heard it. Naruto's equally funny reaction to this kid's funny accusation of him tripping him up somehow. This bait and switch equals lols galore. Nice way of avoiding exposition when you follow up your statement with something like that, because at least then it makes sense. Nice bit of subtle character development gives us a consistent look into Naruto's treatment growing up and still continuing now. Okay, I was literally just about to write a sim for him having said you're good when he did nothing, and then he said that, and then I wrote this, and now I'm saying it out loud, and I liked that a lot. Seriously, it was genuinely funny. AKA discount Winry, but in a good way, you know? Whoa. I don't really know what to say about this scene, but it's definitely getting a win for making me laugh a little too hard. her internal reaction to the setup of the prank. The fact that the prank actually worked, which is a nice switcheroo of sorts, and all of their reactions to it having succeeded makes for a good laugh. On top of this though, the anime has spent the last 2 episodes giving us some nice doses of character development for these 3, and stuff like this only further helps that cause. I should probably mention at this point in time that the general idea behind this anime of a society of ninjas, the boys who are in charge, summoning energy within oneself, and all of that other goodness is an interesting and captivating idea. This gets a win because nothing aids a good story like having an interesting side plot that can play out alongside the main mission, as it were. Another good example of this is Kurapika in Hunter x Hunter. That reaction. That was really, really cool. I should have mentioned back in episode 1, kudos for them actually drawing all of those Narutos. That's nuts. Oh yes, that was brilliant, and mostly because it was so genuinely unexpected by me. Unexpected result was also unexpected. Okay, so I'm learning something now. So far, her reactions are bloody hilarious. Oh wow, for a kid the same age as Naruto, he's actually very good. I can easily see that his character is going to be the dark and serious one that's good at fighting naturally. You know, like a Final Fantasy main character. Great battle attacking sound effect. Yeah, please see win number 36. The rest of this episode was pretty good as well, but nothing in particular stood out to me. But I did want to say I liked how teamwork was prioritized at the end and how they ended up actually passing as a result of that. Feels like the character progression is being moved on to the next stage. Getting a simple but still pretty in-depth look at how the ranking structure works helps to set up later world building in terms of characters' expected power levels and such. Okay, this really made me laugh hard. This answers one of the many questions about the wider world that I've had, and they did it without expositions, which is just nice. World mapping this bitch like a real mad lad. Goodness me, this boy doesn't half make for some entertaining moments during the battle so far. This was some most excellent character building for our boy Naruto. He essentially lives to be noticed by others for his wanted greatness in life, and in reality to be loved as well. Him taking this devastating moment caused by fear and hesitation and turning it into something this emotional was great, and the speech was really nicely put together. And then this was added to very nicely return us to some comedy. It's a good mixture of emotional and funny. I gotta say, Naruto's vocal tics really sell me on his personality. I really enjoy the voice actor's work in general, but when the whole nani nani thing happens, it just makes me chuckle, to be honest. I gotta Instead of doing what almost every anime character would do in this situation, this old dude tries to put the guilt trip on them, and it's hilarious because it's so unusual to what I'm used to. Getting to see a completely different area in both nature and design. Let's be real, if you know me from previous videos and what I'm like with animals, then you should already know that I'm straight up dropping 2 wins here.
それにはこうも記されていた。1000以上の術をコピーした男。コピー忍者のかかし。
I must admit that this older ninja dude just became extremely cool in my estimations after hearing about his power level and abilities and stuff. That was super cool. Hunter x Hunter, anyone? Yeah, I love it too. This whole 1.5-minute long sequence can get 2 wins for some excellent levels of tension building up to and including the moment he appears among the 3 youngsters. Then we get a hype moment whereby a water clone is destroyed and then the twist and reveal. The only thing that worries me is if they overuse the sensei being killed, but really he just substituted or something, you know?
本体は霧隠れで隠れて俺の動きを伺ってたって寸法か。
One other win I wanted to quickly talk about has got to be how battles in this anime seem, at least so far, to be very different from the other huge anime I've seen. What I mean by this is that battles are more fitting of the ninja theme. It's about tricks and wits instead of repetitive movements like Dragon Ball Z, for example. And I like the change, as long as it does last, obviously. I like this a lot. It feels like his character has developed a hell of a lot more than what is usual over just the previous 8 episodes. This is normally what I'd be expecting from around 30 to 40 or so episodes.
バカが。
Naruto rushing off to get back his headband and even being attacked during the process is again another nice bit of development, showing off his determination to become a full-fledged ninja even in the face of death. So far at least, this anime seems very good at naturally squeezing in large amounts of development into a short amount of episodes and yet still have it come across as though it's not rushing things. Okay, I don't understand how they did anything that they just did, but my god, that wasn't half bad at all. Once again, mad props for fooling us the viewer constantly with multiple tricks from just a single attack, and then I really enjoyed the multiple angles from the result of the attack being shown as well. Just adds to the epicness, I suppose. Take 2! Okay, once again, that's just an outstanding level of planning for a battle that for me kind of rivals the stuff they come up with during battles in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders onwards mainly. Yes, he did, because he smiled and I had wondered why he would do that. Very clever and nice to add that. I don't know what any of this is, but the sound effects on the voices in the background are badass and kind of lead you to assume something cool is going to happen. I like how the bulge of water closest to their sensei was ever so slightly smaller, because the idea is meant to be that he copied it almost perfectly in sync with his opponent, so that's a lovely little touch. Joseph Joestar! For the end to a genuinely great first proper battle, one that I really enjoyed a lot. Jaja!
チャクラっていうのは忍びが術を使うときに必要とするエネルギーのこと。
A pretty straightforward and simple explanation of how power works in this anime, and I gotta admit, I prefer it not taking too long to explain or being too complicated.
なんせ俺ってば今一番伸びてる男。
オタクはいいから早くどの木でも登ってみろ。
His reaction to hearing that after he was self-praising was absolutely hilarious.
お前のチャクラの潜在的な量はおそらくサスケ以上。そして この俺すら超えている。
Foreshadowing like a bounce! Well, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, if you did enjoy it and would like to see more, then be sure to hit that like button. I'm also interested to know your thoughts on the anime. It seems widely liked and also seemingly disliked by quite a few people, and I'd like to know why without spoilers, of course. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video, and be sure to check out the Anime Sins version for a laugh or two as well. Nathan Burr, Vupu, Manuel Meza, Josiah May, Bird Without a Word, Loritz, Joel Rosenfeld, BZX001, Yona Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Master Tank, Brendan Krier, Tyler Austin Reel, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Gabby Z.